Shaw, and today's channel what I'll be doing is going over why price of crude oil right now is very sensitive. As we could see today, another attack was done on oil prices and surged. US stocks just went up. I'm looking at crude oil right now, and I just want to show the technical side of why crude oil, if it keeps on going higher, why do analysts believe that it can go a lot higher. So when we're looking at this, we're gonna go into a full chart, and we're gonna understand why these investors are I'm gonna go into another site finally to show this information to make it clear, because here right now when we're looking at the price of crude oil just jumped. Like, I was looking at a while ago and it was stable, and then at 4 o'clock, around 6 o'clock, it started to go up and to almost $65. So if it keeps on going higher, the next level is how high can it go. So we're gonna go see that right now into crude oil. Crude oil is going $65 a barrel. Look at this, it's going up like crazy. Okay, what's gonna happen on a technical perspective? We're gonna draw in some lines here, and I'm gonna show you guys from a technical point how to really try to understand where the market can go right now. Okay, so we're gonna put this full chart. So first of all, we have to draw in some lines. Okay, there's a line up here, there's a line down here which has nothing, there's a triangle forming, but you can have another line right here. Okay, and the point of this is to try to understand where is the next support right now, because we have a resistance here, resistance over here. I'm gonna draw another line here. Sorry about all the lines. I know it can get a little complicated when we start to look at all these lines, but if it keeps on going up and it purrs through this resistance right here at around $65 to $66, oil would continue to go up to at least $75 a barrel. So if oil goes up $75 a barrel, a lot of companies that were trading at a 75 like before the oil market crashed, well, these companies were trading at a lot higher than right now. So let's go look at, just for fun, Chesapeake Energy. Chesapeake Energy right now is at 90 cents. Before the market crashed, this stock was trading at $30 a share. When we're looking at this one, we can do similar results. Okay, if oil keeps on going higher, this stock has a lot of potential. If oil goes back to $85, this stock was about $20 a share. You have something that's worth $1 right now. If it goes back up to $75, $80, this stock could go back up to around $20. So that's 20 times the money that a person can make. Okay, remember, this is only if stocks go higher. Not stock, but crude oil. If crude oil goes higher, if the tension keeps on going, there's a good chance that these stocks will increase in value. Let's just look at aftermarket. Chesapeake Energy. Chesapeake Energy aftermarket is already up 3.64%, and when we were looking at it a while ago, when I was looking at it a while ago, was almost up 5%. So let's look at this, not interval. I love to look at weeks to really get a big picture. And when we're looking at the money flow index, money is coming back in. Money is going back. Like, big companies are probably going back in this company. Probably the small hands went out and now the big hands are coming back. But this is only if escalation continues. If it doesn't continue, none of this will like it will take a lot longer. Okay, if something happens here and the stock went up to almost $70 per stock, like imagine somebody bought this at 92 cents, sold it at $70. I know this is practically impossible for a person to buy something this low and sell it back that high. You'd have to be an expert at selling. Nobody can do that. Like, just imagine you buy this at 92 cents, it goes up to $9, you made 10 times your money, it goes back down to $5, you lose 50% of where you were at $9, and then it goes back up to $36. Imagine you were here, you went down here, you would have sold. Like, imagine you bought 92 cents, it goes down to $5, you say I'm gonna sell this stock, it's gonna crash and burn. No, it goes back up to $35, goes back down. So imagine the volatility. Like it's one thing to buy low, but one thing that a lot of people don't talk about is when you're buying low or you're a contrarian, stocks are very volatile. Most people are not able to live this volatility. Like, imagine, unless you edge your position, you buy a whole bunch of stocks, options, and you just put a lot of puts on the stocks that you're buying already, and then you protect your position. Okay, now you have a lot of potential to make a lot of money, and it reduces your risk, and it reduces also your fear. Because imagine when you're a contrarian, most of the times you're only following like 3 to 4 stocks. You're not investing in 20 to 30 stocks. So when you're investing 3 to 4 stocks, your strategies have to work. Okay, and most of the time they don't work, but when they work really hard. Because when I bought Cleveland Cliff, this company was in a lot of restructuring. I bought this stock for like $3 and I sold it for almost $12. That was a perfect timing, buying and selling. But like, that is one of my lucky cases. This does not happen many times. I had the government behind my back because Donald Trump was doing a lot of protectionist, and this really helped this sector of the economy to put back their money inside these companies. So let's go back to this oil prices. Like right now it's at $65. Remember, it's really close to the point I was telling a while ago. If it goes beyond $65, $66, it could go up to almost $75 to $80. And if it's sustainable, if it keeps there, a lot of oil stock companies are gonna go back up, and a lot of people who invest in those companies are going to make a lot of money. But remember, okay, you have to know what you're doing. I'm not telling you this information for you to go out there and do something reckless. You have to be smart, okay? I'm just showing a little bit what I'm seeing right now, and I'm sharing this knowledge just to get feedback. It's an opinion, okay? None of this is based on facts. There's no facts right now. It's only like when you're technical trading and stuff like that, it's probabilities. There's nothing certain in this domain, okay? I just want to put that out there because I don't want people to go buy and put a lot of money in there and they're gonna go crazy, because if it's the only $10,000 that you have and it shrinks by 50% in one day, you're gonna lose your hair. You're gonna go crazy. Okay, not a lot of people can handle those types of volatility. And remember, I only put a small portion of my portfolio in these stocks because I like to see trends. I like to be a contrarian. I like to see investments that people don't see, because I want to be early and I don't want to be late. I don't want to be buying something that looks like the S&P 500, although I am buying right now because I'm buying for the long term. But in my short-term strategy, I wouldn't be buying anything that looks like it's going like crazy. Okay, like when you see this parabolic shape, well, this one's not too bad, but like Bitcoin or something like that, just before it bursts, Let's go see Bitcoin. Bitcoin to US dollars. So when we're looking at these types of investments, Bitcoin is going up right now. Okay, a lot of people are talking about Bitcoin. Maybe it's gonna burst up again because all the uncertainty around the world right now, and Venezuela is trading their oil. They're selling their oil for Bitcoins and exchange it in their currency because it's easier. Their currency is so volatile right now, hyperinflation. So like anything that looks like this is crazy. Okay, if you put your money here, like right there, I would never, like, unless it's really hard to time this. You don't know when it's gonna finish. You don't know when it's gonna fall. This is not something I like. I like to see the reverse pattern of this, because when I'm looking at something like this scares the shit out of me. Okay, people say to me, how do you invest in Chesapeake Energy? That doesn't scare me. For me, that's already a bottom. Like, look right now, $65.45. Something, I knew something was going on. Like, when I was looking at this information, I didn't know that there was a missile that was being attacked in Iran, but I knew something was going on, because when something spikes like this in a short matter of time, something's going on. And that's my goal right now, is to share this information, to get it out there so people know what's going on. If you want to go gas your vehicle, now would be the right time to do it, because in the next days oil prices will be higher. So that's it for today's channel. Thank you very much for listening. Hopefully you get the most value out of this. Like, remember, nobody's paying me to do this information. I'm just sharing. So please, to support the channel, all I ask of you guys is to like the video and subscribe to my channel. All right, have a nice one.